a series of video girls. It's like
Oh
10 or 12 years ago. Music Video Girls.
no, is it how many episodes was it? Was it
Oh,
VH1?
it was probably like E, and it was probably 6 channels. It was right around the time they had like rock chicks, where if you were like, I don't know, the wife of like the singer Warrant, she was on the show. It was pretty. We missed that time period of television. We're recapping Flavor of Love season 2 right now and having a pretty good time with that insanity.
I can only imagine. That was amazing to watch.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Ma.
Can you hear us?
What seems like she can hear us, but we can't hear Wah. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Seems like she's talking.
Yeah.
I mean, she usually has a voice, you know.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say her voice is very, very silent almost. It has a silent quality to it.
Do we have any tech support we can give her?
Check.
I'm having to be right back. Okay. Yeah. Like
Chris,
so funny.
how do you know Matt and Jake? Because it's clear that you guys had a relationship prior to. Are you just stand-up comedians?
You know what? We actually met through UCB, so technically improv and sketch. Like the LA Franklin stuff. Yeah, like the early on, one of their best friends, Lindsay Hendrickson, like sort of like ran the back like school for years, and then she directed like shows and like musicals and stuff that I was like in and did. And Jake played the piano, and Matt is just amazing. And they used to do a show called Cabaret that I would go to, and then I got to be in, and then they're great. And then I do a bio queen drag character who has a cabaret, and then Jake is her pianist, which is like, like he plays for her, which is fun. So we performed together for so long,
Wow, it's so good to connect with you guys. We didn't actually start doing collabs. We've been in the podcast game probably for about 5
Can
years.
we hear Wah yet?
Oh, sorry, Moa.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
Oh my God, it sounds like Julie Andrews, doesn't it? Like as beautiful
really
as a Julie Andrews singing voice.
That was totally worth the build-up, I would say.
Doe, a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun.
Raise me, be my mom.
Does she sing? Normally, is that a talent you would claim to have?
No, it's not a talent I claim to have. It's a skill that I can kind of do,
Yeah,
Sorry.
that was very impressive. So 10.
Okay, thanks.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this, guys. On behalf of the team here, Ruby, Dylan, and myself, we just started doing collaborations like 6 months ago. Little did we know there was a community that we can go out and make fun of reality TV with. We're on an island by our own, but it's been so much more fun doing it with Mary Payne and you guys. And for crying out loud, I'm not sure if you're familiar with them. Have you been on Kate Casey's show?
Yes. Wait, have we? We just know her. We're friends with her.
No, we have been.
Oh, okay, great.
I've been on it.
Okay.
I've been on it. Yeah. It's so funny. Thank you so much. We're so excited to do it. And we're so thankful that you guys reached out and down to like to shoot the shit. Yeah. So weirdly enough, Kate Casey and I are both in Newport Beach. Ha ha ha. So like, she's just like, she's like a full ass, obviously mom, like she's momming her life around with like, 24 kids. I mean, I don't know if she's not Mormon, but you would think she is, like so many kids, but yeah, like they're all blonde. They're all so cute, but yeah, like, so we've been on their show. Yeah. Mary Payne, we haven't been on her show or Pink Shade, but we're doing the podcast. Are you guys going to Podcast Nation?
Wait, movement? Movement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Podcast
it's called
movement.
Yeah. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Podcast movement.
Our ad guy is going to podcast movement.
Oh,
yeah, our ad guy is going, but we are going to stay put in the baking heat of Los Angeles.
But we might go to BravoCon.
Oh,
nice.
I mean, you guys should too. I mean, look, it's a 3-hour drive.
Well, it's not. I mean,
all right, maybe 4.
People say that, it's just not a 3-hour drive. It's
you leave at 4.
Is it Vegas?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Okay.
Yeah,
Vegas.
Yeah, you speed.
I know. It's ridiculous.
It's a 4-hour. Yeah, it's a 4-hour drive.
4-hour. Fair enough, Mark.
That's a lead foot.
So how do we want to do this?
Did Ruby introduce herself?
She did. I hope so.
I would like more. No, I'd like more. Can I have more like Ruby? Where are you? Like, I would love a lot more.
I am in my bedroom. I'm in New York, and I have been staring. I just ate a Rice Krispies treat, and if you haven't had one in a long time, it was unfucking believable. So
Thank you.
I'm sorry I've been so quiet. I've been kind of overcome, and it's still in my peripheral. So yeah, New York,
Finish
here I
it.
am. I
Finish
did. It's
it.
done, Dylan.
Okay,
It's
good.
done. Don't worry. So
All right. So yeah, logistically, how are we tackling this?
Okay. You guys do it in a way that we don't. We do couple as couple, and you do like chronologically. And so we would like to jump into your brain space because like how you do that is
That
magic.
that
And
is
so we're like, here, teach
it's
us.
so crazy that you said that because and thank you so much for the compliment. So on our side, I was thinking, usually people don't go chronologically. So I think just to make it easy, we should go couple for couple. And so now our notes are couple for couple, and I haven't the faintest fucking idea how to do this show chronologically.
Well, I can bounce if you want. I could tee up who the next couple is up, and then you could.
Oh, yeah.
I think, I don't know. You don't have anything chronologically, right?
I have it chronologically, but I
Oh.
have notes where I can bounce around, and just because 3 of the special couples actually only got 2 vignettes, but the other ones only got 1. For example, Razvan and Amanda, we only saw them once.
Yeah, they just went to get a new bathing suit. So you took notes on
chronologically.
Okay, so then you just host it.
Kinda. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if that's okay with you guys, or would you guys like to co-host?
I mean, you guys seem pretty professional. I see the games in the background. You have a couch. You have like
Yep.
a stand for your mic. It's a whole.
Yeah, very professional. We have a golden tee and a Street Fighter.
Yeah, it's a Street Fighter. Come on, take me back. So we were trying to figure out what we were gonna do too. So we normally do it couple by couple. So if you're prepared to do that, we're prepared also. But we also could endeavor into your brain space and try it that way.
All right.
And then
Yeah, Pat can kind of be the shamanic figure, and he'll lead us throughout the whole thing, and then we'll just do our best to fight for any airspace.
fight for our jokes, right? Okay, and then the next thing is how are we, or is this just for your
Well, we were whoever. Oh yeah, we were gonna do as one piece that we both release on our separate feeds, and you guys would create a topper for yourself. Like, hey, we did a podcast with Ruby, Dylan, and Pat from Bad TV, and we do the same thing for you guys and plug the heck out of your show right before the episode.
Okay. So we would each take the footage from this and then do with it with our prospective audiences.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
Yell each other out. Okay.
Exactly.
So then, great.
Can I make 2 suggestions and tell me if I'm crazy?
Yeah.
Wait, do you have I'm so sorry. You guys, I listened to your free feed. Do you have a Patreon too?
Yes.
Okay. Is this going to this is going to your free feed or Patreon or
Free
both?
feed.
Free feed. Okay, great. I guess before we talked about this, I thought it was so funny that you guys do it linear. And then I was going to kind of like, what if we did like kind of like the version of each one of our episodes, and the game is that you have to deal with the fact that we're doing couple by couple, and like we have to deal with the fact that you're doing it by linear. But is that not like, do you think that there wouldn't be enough there, like, or like,
No.
I don't know.
No, we're not stopping it. So we're just doing one cohesive thing, and then we'll take you'll send us the visual version, because for our Patreon, we put ours on the visual. Is that okay with you all, or no?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so this is what I understand, Chris. Let me know if this is what you're understanding. That we are just going to record one thing today. We're going to talk about the entire episode, and then you're going to get the footage and do with it what you will, and we're going to get the footage. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
We are, and we were planning on doing it linearly, and then we'll just jump in with our couple to couple jokes.
Got
Okay.
it.
I have a simple thing. We
Yeah.
put a commercial in ours. Do you guys do commercials too?
We do like mid rolls, and
Okay.
I don't know that we have any live reads tonight.
We normally add those after, but we make them sound organic. So once we finish, like our ad tonight is AG1. I'm not sure if you guys,
Okay.
but-
I usually say let's go to a commercial, but do you guys do that or no?
Yep.
Okay, great. So we'll use your let's go to a commercial for art. Yeah, great. I just need logistically, because I edit these, so I need to like in my brain know what's going on.
I hear you. It is a hellish experience trying to sift through time codes to find ad breaks.
So show guys, I guess it will be organic, but we will have already done the introductions to both our podcasts of who we're working with, so we kind of already established who we are. So if you're
Oh, okay.
or what do you think, Moi or Chris? What do you think
So what Chris and I can do, because normally what we do is up until now we've had the type of collabs. Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, where we pick a certain group of couples and we do it, and then we send like we do on yours, and then we would send you a link to our StreamYard, and then we would. Am I still there? Because someone's calling me and it's interrupting my life. Okay. Let's put my phone on do not disturb. Step one. So yeah, so what we would do is we would have a couple couples up front, like 3, and then we would switch to yours and do the couple. So do the last couple of couples, like 3 couples or whatever it is. And so I just wanted to kind of get an idea of what that looks like from your perspective.
Huh. So what do you guys release? How do you guys release this show? Is it it's just one episode covering the entire thing, or do you guys break it up into like 3 couples in one file, 3 couples in another? Like, do you release 2 episodes, or is it just one?
Normally when we don't do collabs all the time, when it's just not a collab, obviously it's 1 episode. When it's a collab, we release the 1 episode of the 3 people that we have, and then they release the episode of the 3 couples they have.
Yeah.
Which I guess, which is why in my mind I was like, so do we have 2 different files? That's why I was like, so we have a show and you have a show, and so it's not the couples that we do. Like, what beautiful content can we repurpose or can we have for our show? I guess, or like for That's why I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh, are we doing? But
yeah.
Go ahead.
So yeah, I totally get what you're saying. So you usually split it up. One person gets one file, they put it out. You guys take your file, you put it out. If you guys wouldn't mind just smorgasbording the entire episode into one, just for this collab, and then
totally fine.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, and I guess next time. I like that idea a lot. I think it's a great idea.
Same.
But yeah, let's just try to mash it all up tonight, if you guys don't mind.
Okay, so just so you guys know, we'll be putting the video version of this. So if you could send us the video, if you're okay being on our 100%. Patreon.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So send us the video version of this, and then obviously the audio version too, but we'll just, I guess, upload. You will be uploading the exact same thing we'll be uploading then, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Great.
Yep.
And, we'll talk about you, ad nauseum. We'll talk about you, amazing gentleman and lady.
We're recording now
at the top. Yeah. And we appreciate the amazing words you're going to say about it.
And Chris, all we do is when we're done, we'll just go to Streamlighter and create an intro where we like talk about how amazing they are, and then we'll go into the episode and I'll add it together.
Great.
Okay.
Hey, Groovy, ready?
Whew, jump right into it, girl. Give some spit or some lube. Okay, here we go. I'm just kidding.
Today is a first for all parties involved. Ruby has no idea what's going on right now. But it is our first 5 per. Am I counting that correctly?
It's 5 people.
It's gonna be 5 people. We are joined by none other than the docu-sweeties this evening, Chris and Wah. How are you guys doing?
Hello.
We're doing amazing.
In this space, we are all Nicola. We are all virgins.
Nicola.
Yes, we are all him. Though I don't think any of us hate women as much as he does. Our side of the fence is Patrick.
Hi.
And then Papaya Dog Girl, Rice Krispie Treat, Empire State of Mind.
She lives in New York.
Prospect Park. It's Ruby Wren from NYC. Hi. Okay, so we are going to do this chronologically, the way that we do and sometimes also not do. But we're just going to do the, beginning to end, and Pat is going to lead us up Machu Picchu. Take it away.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
First off, I want to get started. Chris, Moy, I love your show. The way I actually found you guys, I heard you on Reality Gaze as well. And so anybody that mixes it up with them is our people. I love how, by the way, so occasionally we get accused of like saying inappropriate things, and then I always just point my finger at the Reality Gaze. I mean, you're a fan of them too, right?
Yeah.
Because they say way more effed up stuff.
They do. They get away with it.
They can get away with it. Ruby, you're in New York City. I heard Papaya Dog. So I lived there for 6 years. So hey, friend, hey.
Oh, hi. You should come back. We miss you.
Thank you. I miss it too. It's just so expensive. So I've moved to the Midwest instead,
Oh my God, where are you?
I'm in Minneapolis.
Wow. You
Happening.
probably have
It's a happening place.
big rooms where you live.
Yeah, you had big rooms, you know,
Yeah.
for little price, you know.
Are there a lot of mosquitoes there?
Yes, there are. I heard that there are, and I'm gonna believe that there are. I have mosquito repellent ready to go. I live really close to the Mississippi River, so it's a, you know, body of water.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
can
yeah.
always, yeah.
God,
They have all the seasons there. It's humid here right now.
yeah, it's humid in LA too. It's a fucking lie. They told us that it's dry heat. All right. So we usually give passports
Oh,
to
yeah.
kick things off.
On what we thought about the episode.
Yeah. So it's a scale of 1 to 100 passports on what you thought of the overall quality of the episode. Pat, why don't you show everybody how it's done? How many passports would you give this episode?
Most certainly. First off, I think, in my opinion, I can't wait to hear what you guys think. I think this is the best version of 90 Day and one of the best series in a while. I've been watching 90 Day since it started. I was there with Colty. I was there with the couples. I can't even remember their names anymore. The craziness of the first couple seasons, then it seemed to start getting cooked for quite a while. And now I think we're back to form. Amazing. And I love how many couples they have. So if you notice how the episodes are structured, literally you spend 4.5 minutes with each couple, then you bounce to the other 8 couples, and it just keeps it moving. I loved this episode. I love this show. This was a episode where I think we figured out what couples are not going to work out and what couples may work out.
What do you mean?
Well, I think clearly Violet and Riley should both just run in opposite directions.
I thought the thing of the show is that they all work in the end. These all sound like they're going to work in the end.
Doc, you sweeties, what do you think?
What?
Oh, so are they going to work? Absolutely not. Riley is a coward and he needs therapy, right? Don't we agree? He needs somebody to tell him that he's right.
Mhm.
He's right. You're right, baby. You're okay. You know, and he is an absolute coward for the way he did that with Violet this episode. Yeah, it was an ambush. And he was like, I'm done. You know, I'm a New Yorker, but I live in Pennsylvania. You can get out of here. Beat it. Hit the road, Jack. You know, and we're all like, okay. Is that how you treat a woman? You know?
Not at all. So I thought it was a wonderful episode. Yes. And then also David and Sheila. David endeared himself to my heart this evening. What a wonderful guy.
Pie.
When you think you got it bad, someone always has it worse. And I think they're going to work out. Anyway, this is how you do it. I give it 90 passports, a nearly perfect episode.
Okay. If I could go next to the quorum.
You sure?
Gosh, what a journey we went on tonight. It was as Dunkirk as ever. We got a half an hour one-time couples counseling session with Hatman and Jazz. And Nico, I think, continues to rise to the top of my hatred power rankings because he is just really, really dark. He's just a scary, bad guy, I think. But entertaining episode, 70 pots. To the docu-sweeties.
Okay, I'm gonna say, and this is my true answer. I'm gonna give it 74. You know, and I want to always give Matt Sharp like a place to go because like I can't tickle his ego too much. You know, so I mean, I also feel like I give Razvan to me like stole this episode in I liked Razvan. Okay. So like, you know, like we can talk about, that made me LOL. Statler is such a mystery to me.
Yeah.
And there was so much sex that happened and the lack of sex and who's having sex, as well as like people's living situations happening. The thing I will say like ultimately about David is that I wish that his shirt like didn't have the stains on them that they did. And you can say, but Chris, like, did you see like what else is happening in that episode? And I could be like, yes, but still, do I wish that his shirt didn't have holes and stains? Yes, I do.
Yeah. It feels like one's more out of place in that environment. Like, you know,
it's also to Chris's point. It's like going on a date and the person that you're on the date with has a huge zit and you want.
I don't think it's like that at all. You can't control.
No, that's not what it's like. No.
Yeah. Thank you, Ruby.
Yeah, it would be like if your date's shirt had stains and rips in it, and you'd be like, "Oh, ew, why did you wear that shirt today?"
Yeah.
You know, kind of like that.
Yeah.
like you can see, you know, and I told, you know, like you have money, you're traveling and you know, like clothes, you know, you can feel clothes. There's, you know, you can like smell, there's like a lot of things that could happen. And I just also, I mean, yeah, like are those things heightened in such a way? Like I, you know, having said that, I needed to say something incredibly sweet because I'm not like an asshole. And I like, thank you for just like going on this journey with me.
Yeah.
The way that he so patiently and sensitively was with Sheila during this time was like inspirational and incredibly admirable.
The pinball machine, just the cutest little pinball machine.
So
Did
good.
did that kid like the pinball machine?
Absolutely not.
No,
He thought it
no.
was an iPad.
No, he was very scared that guy was there.
Yeah.
He was bummed.
Yeah,
I-
he's definitely bummed about the iPad situation.
Yeah, I think that he had seen the show maybe too many times and thought that he'd be like
Right.
getting like a you know like a PS5 or something. You
Yeah.
know?
The dad probably thought he was getting a fucking cow.
Yeah.
or maybe teeth, but he didn't get either.
None of those things.
No,
The dad. Okay, sorry. Go
Yeah,
on.
it was bad. The dad. Yeah, there was
The
a lot
dad.
happening, and her fears of him worrying about her using him for money are valid.
Yeah.
Because had that been me, if I were David, I would have been like, "Thank you very much.
Yeah.
This has been a lovely time.
And I mean a lovely time.
I am so happy that you have given me the tour of your narrow alley into a feces/urine situation.
Yeah.
But I am going to take my leave. You know,
Yeah.
like she's better than me because I've been in some crazy situations, but it's not that crazy.
Well, and also he can't be perfect. Look who he hired to be the translator.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say he's just more perverted than you are and desperate. But yeah, those are powerful things.
Wait, can I need to say there's so many things. I'm sorry if okay. First of all, when we first saw the translator, I was like, oh yeah, she's young, but she's almost like too young, whatever. Like what a cute little mouse. And then we cut right to her confessional and the glow up from where we first see her, my loves, to this confessional. I was like, would she become the Bachelorette? Like, how did you like? What happened between those two people? It was unbelievable. And then I was like, Sheila, you come get your man, honey. She's right.
We go from him hiring that girl in relatively barren public place to the beginning of a new cult show on TLC. Like that's it looked like the beginnings of a cult. So anyways, Rubes, how many passports would you give it?
I felt like this episode, we got to revert back to, you know, how some people say like the saying, bless this mess. I feel like that's what we got to go back to. It was like a beautiful, uncooked mess.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable to watch. And like people's living situations. I loved it. I'll go like 89.
Yep.
89.
That's
give her
no, sorry.
What?
It's the joint. I smoked the joint and then I forgot Waz passport.
She was in the middle of her thought.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Oh no. My passport was the same as Chris, 74.
74.
Yeah. It wasn't bad, but it also wasn't great.
I appreciate you sticking to the rules and regulations of this podcast. All right, let's jump into it.
All right, let's jump into Dempsey and Stats. I call her Stats. Forgive me.
No, I like it.
All right, so Stats is overjoyed with Dempsey's appearance. The fact that they finally got to touch each other after 7 months. She has a great ass, and Stats is no longer shitting herself. But after quite a long taxi ride, there's awkwardness, and I thought this was the first moment of, holy shit, we're here, and we actually don't know each other. So after we're done telling each other how hot we are and like exchanging gifts, now it's like the real deal of where are we? Who are you sitting next to me? Did you guys feel any awkwardness in the taxi?
I just personally like got really nosy about like all of their sexual business. Like, you try and like sniff things out, and like, I love the conversations about Dempsey's vegan diet, and I also enjoyed so Dempsey, after their sexual encounter, laments that maybe she feels that she would not be able to satisfy Statler, and we've been knowing that Statler is like a pee magnet, you know what I'm saying? Even though when we actually see Statler in action, like see Dempsey for the first time, we're like, really, boo? Like this one? Like this? Like this one's
Yeah.
whatever. This is like Drake with like Baccarat on in the club. I mean, come
Right.
on.
Right.
But like then when we hear that, it's like, what does Statler flip a goddamn switch? Is it like do we see like this awkwardness melt away, and is it just like who's whipping who? You know,
Statler is whipping. Statler is whipping.
Yeah.
Dempsey's gonna get chewed up and spit out by Stats. Dempsey has no fucking idea what she's walking into.
Yeah. Stat is kink. And she is Shabari. She's got it all down. She knows all the
Fucking
ties. She knows all
weirdo.
the yeah.
Sniffing bugs on bark. That's a weird.
Yeah.
That's a freak in the making. Total freak.
And Dempsey's
Absolutely.
a farm person.
That's she lives. Also, the bug gift though, there's something very endearing about them. I think that they're kind of like very awkwardly cute. And I do agree she will get chewed and spit out and run over, but that's okay because she'll learn from it and then find someone to live on her farm.
Yeah. No, I thought the bug gift was absolutely beautiful. And
yeah, for Valentine's Day, she's gonna get her some dung from an elephant on a piece of bark.
No. She's not into feces, Patrick. She's into insects.
Oh well, insects live in dung.
I know, but it's a completely different thing.
But she's a weirdo.
But speaking of that, I was wondering what the smell was. Like, what do enclosed insect carcasses smell like? Is it just like protein? You know, Alex Jones, like they're gonna feed you the chitin and stuff.
Lavender. It smells like lavender.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
It's like it's a natural earthy floral aroma.
Wow.
Wow. Can you imagine being one of those bugs? I wouldn't like this as a gift because I'm like, what was that beautiful butterfly doing before someone sprayed some spray on it? Paralyzed its poor little thing. Next thing you know, it wakes up in a fucking dungeon chamber behind a glass with no oxygen. Next thing someone's gluing you to a board for someone else's enjoyment.
Pat is an animal lover.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, can we just acknowledge the fact that Statler's gift was also a bug and then definitely asshole-ish? Like, your partner goes to different parts of Thailand to get you, specimens, and you don't even give her something that she likes. You give her something that you like.
I know. And this Daria awkward thing like covers over so many cracks. She's like, I guess now I'm just realizing that this is really more for me. And then like winks at her and then just like pressures her into having sex with her. It's like, she's just really intense.
Can I tell you something about gift giving too? When something's like really niche like that, before you know it, you show up to that person's house and she's got 18 framed cases of dead bugs all over the place. There's 2 in the bedroom. There's 1 in the entry hallway. One year I made the mistake of getting my mother just like a glass butterfly. Some family members caught on it. Next thing you know, my mom's butterfly lady. She got a bunch of.
Oh, yeah. That's very dangerous. That's very dangerous.
Yes.
That's why you have to have conversations with people before you get gifts. You know, you really got to figure out some concrete stuff.
Yeah. Bug rooms are like the ping pong rooms. They're both, boy, what a loser. They dedicate a whole room to a ping pong table.
No, ping pong rooms are incredible. Okay, so where do we hop to?
Oh, well,
next?
Dempsey wants to take a shower. And then, of course, Stats asks if she can join her and get some action. And then she puts the full on press on Dempsey. Did they have sex at this point, or is this the next morning?
I
forgot.
When the cameras leave.
Oh, when the cameras leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, they definitely had sex at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Statler took out the 9 tails that she brought with her.
So then we jump over to Panama with Gino and Jasmine. Now I'm starting to tire on these guys. I thought,
Oh my gosh.
I thought they were going to be the anchor of this series just because it's the relationship is so insane. And now I'm starting to get a little bored because I think it's just a one-note relationship. He hates her. She obviously hates him. She's going to hire a hitman to have him killed. And then hopefully he has signs that will. So she
I
gets
don't
money.
understand how you can be over it knowing what we know. She is attempting to kill this man. I'm on the edge of my seat with these two. I love Gino and Jazz.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, they're on a not so romantic fighting. What are they doing here? Oh, is this where they show up to the council office?
It looks like Casey, one of Casey Neistat's new companies. Like it was a very bizarre building for couples therapy to be in. And also it's just a one-time couples session for the show.
Mm-hmm. That will not work. That the therapist says, just so you know, this is not going to work. So strap in.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she says at the top.
What do you guys think?
I think, it was interesting to hear that they've had sex 7 times. 7 times.
Yeah.
She's been counting. Like, I wish that she had gone more into the stats. Well, like how many? Okay, what? How many times did that happen? Like I wish she had really been like so detailed about it.
Right.
It also it made me LOL when the therapist felt like she was taking Jasmine's side.
Yeah. Gino was not a fan of that.
Like, not even, but like, yeah, she really was like, oh, you're uncomfortable having sex with her because she does things that makes you uncomfortable. Well, you know what I think you should do? Just have sex with her.
Yeah.
Because you not having sex with her is making her crazy. Here's another thing. When she gets upset, what are you doing? You're making it worse for her. Like, he thinks that she should be like, hey, when she gets really hot-headed and upset, like maybe you should look into yourself, Jasmine, and like realize why you're reacting that way. But this therapist is like, yeah, when she's out of control, out of her mind, angry, it feels like you're not doing enough.
It did feel a little one-sided in that therapist office, certainly.
But I mean, he's withholding sex. Like I don't agree with that.
I have to ask
don't
you
agree
guys.
with that.
All right, so obviously we're the guys, so we should understand what what's going on.
Has
Gino,
a sleeping hat. There is so much wrong with Gina.
what are your theories on what's going on with this lack of sexual desire on his part? Because I've had a lot of girls that are making my life a living hell, but I still wanted to have sex with them. It does not. That is not a barrier to entrance. That
Yeah, a barrier to entrance is hilarious.
It's very good.
It's very good. A barrier to entrance is like entrant. Yeah. So I don't think it's anything that's forgivable. He keeps saying that it's because she makes comments that just make curl up inside of itself, get sucked in, and he can wear tucking panties. Like, that's not a real reason. And it feels cyclical. It feels like, did she start off telling you negative things, and then you were 3 in, and you were like, after that it was hard, like you'd had sex 3 days, 3 times a day. So I just don't get it. He and the hat, I mean, Gino, you need to let her know that something's wrong with her too, right? And I'm just like, way to be an adult. It just felt like kids, and I didn't want to watch it. It wasn't interesting. The only thing interesting was that yellow leather seat she was on. I just kept wondering, like, how I love a leather yellow seat, and I didn't know it until this moment.
Here was the other thing that I picked up on is there was a shelf full of toys for children.
Toys, yes. It was a kid's. It's a kid's therapist.
Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Rubes, why do you think Gino is doing this? Because I'm trying to think, like, Jasmine, it's very clear. She's going to kill him and take his money. That is just as clear as day. But I don't get why Gino is there and he's frowny facing. He's glitching out at the Panama Canal. I don't get what he's doing there.
He refuses to cook without the proper tools. I don't know. I really, honestly, when we talk about her, obviously she's trying to steal his money and she will murder him for his life insurance and stuff. But there are glimpses of times when we're like, does she actually like him? I never see that with him ever. Yeah. So I can't eat. Maybe humiliation. Is he just like so mortified to go home to Manja uncle and be you were right. I couldn't. She wanted my money. I don't. Maybe that's what it is.
What would happen though if that happened? He would come home to Manja. He'd be
open arms,
very, very kind of jittery and sad face. He would tell Manja. Manja would give him a big hug, tell him he's proud of him, and then slowly take the cap off. And then we can move forward and we can be fucking happy for once. Gino, my God.
I like that. All right. So I think this therapy session would have been used more wisely had the therapist just started off, stared at Gino and said, what's up with the hat? Let's start there. Yeah. Why has that been glued to your head, even while you shower, since 1998? Clearly it's been there.
She doesn't know, man. That's why therapy takes time.
But wait a minute. Is Manja, is that Uncle Daddy Marco?
That is the man who lives in, I think, an elderly development with a communal dining area.
That's the uncle. That's the other uncle, right? Yeah. We talked about that too. I thought you were talking about
pasta wasn't yummy.
Yeah.
No.
Uncle Daddy Marco.
No, sorry. We should explain our nickname.
Sure. Sorry.
Help.
Anything else here, guys, before we move on to the next couple?
Yes, I just want to say he obviously has ED. Wait.
Erectile dysfunction.
Yeah.
dysfunction.
Yeah, I don't want. Yeah, I'm like not an eating disorder. I'm so sorry. I just want you mean just he
No,
has erectile
no.
dysfunction.
His dick-
Yeah, I just realized and so everything about her and her like having to make her vagina smaller, everything like that didn't make any sense because the truth of the matter is they've had sex 7 times. He's like there twice in his life, maybe like the second time was I think when we first see them, it's his second time there, and he has to pack Viagra for that. Which okay, so I can throw it to my Jens or my Ruby if you like like to me it's like you are fresh in a relationship with someone, you don't even get to bone that much. If you already have to be bringing Viagra, like there's some things happening, whether you are so out of your mind in pressure mode and anxious mode that you have to perform and or you're on medications for other things that you have to counterbalance. To me, it seems like like this is not a healthy man. I mean, you don't look at Gino and look at those feet, look at those toes, look at those toenails. You're not like, oh, what a picture of health. My God, he's on either medications, honey. You know what I'm saying? There's like these people we age in such a way. And so like I could see him having issues and they're not being able to like verbalize them or acknowledge them because it maybe means manhood issues and maybe manja be like, I can't believe you let her talk about, how you can't get it up, and so it could be something.
Health. If you look like Gino and you're of normal, I don't know. I mean, we all got something going on, but he is mentally nuked. If he was not that, him meeting Jasmine, that would be like you wouldn't need a grain of Viagra because he's him and she's her, and they're the latter stages of their life. But he wears the sleeping hat, so there's something chemically imbalanced, and that is, I think, causing the dead dick. I mean, it has to be.
Here's another thing, and I've noticed this because I have some older friends that are entering their 50s who have never been married. I know it dropped that Gino had been married for a period of time. Guys that go single or long durations without living with a female, or they have an inability to be able to endure like long conversations
Exhibit A,
with women. They
Nicola.
become pigs.
Yeah.
And they can't be a good partner. They have a short span.
But that should still, the horniness should override that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the most primal biological impulse. I don't know.
Wait, you say late 40s to 50s? That's the age I should be worried about?
I think
Fair enough.
Men
Fair
and
enough.
women are sailing ships in the night. I don't know. So I've been told we get less horny.
Well, I just noticed some of my older, grosser friends, they get more pathetic and angrier at women as they get older. I'm like,
Yeah.
bad at the cocktail wait.
Do you want to name them?
So-
No, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Anyway, any final thoughts before we move on? No? Right, let's do it. All right. Razvan and Amanda, this I think
Chris,
is-
get ready to fight.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris, strap in. I'm so excited.
I am so excited for this bout.
We took a 2-week vacation from this series, and
Hey, can I have a sip of your can?
help yourself. I am fascinated by this relationship. I just there. Oh God, I am pulling for Amanda, and I don't want to be. I'm a parent myself, and I don't want to judge, but I can't help but judge. What the hell are you doing here? And then why is he even pulling this in here? I think he's just
He's burying the lead, Chris. He fucking hates Ron.
Yeah.
What's that?
So much. He fucking hates him.
Chris, what are your thoughts on this?
You hate him and you like her. You're on team her, Ruby.
I have said
You're shaking my
multiple
head.
times.
I know, I can tell. You know what? That's out of control. Like, I love Amanda for the following reasons. A, because I think she represents this kind of like demure, delicate, like, oh, like waif. Like, she is older, but she does read young, and God bless. I mean, me and the shop owner, honey, we can't believe she's had those 2 kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, I love it because I think that she gives off the vibe that she'll be sweet and submissive and like that's whatever. But the truth is, she's like a she's insufferable in every way. She is a miserable, problematic bitch. And I love the fact that like he just wants to bone her so much and he can't deal with it. And she is just like a pouty, like and everything she wants to do, she does. And everything that she doesn't want to do, she blames on her kids. Like I find her out of control, horrible. So
she's horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that she's horrible.
I'm going to say
Yeah.
I agree with everything you just said. I'm not Team Amanda. I think they're both bad. I agree with both of you.
Do you have a default setting? You know, if you don't like Rosman, are you like automatically Team Amanda? I mean, you kind of have.
No, I feel bad
You
for her
are.
because she's grieving.
You're
she's
Team
grieving.
Amanda. That's crazy.
That is
I
not
didn't
true.
know that about you. That's fucking nuts.
She's grieving, yes, but why does Rosvin deserve to be her guinea pig? Right? There's no manual of how to deal with a widow, but when a widow puts herself out there to be dealt with,
Yeah.
and buys a 3-fucking-week ticket to go to a place that she's never been in the country and a language she doesn't speak,
Right.
then get there and be like, man, I haven't, like, instead of just being honest and being like, hey, wow, feelings about Jason, my first, since I've been with for 18,000 years.
Yeah.
So I didn't know I was going to feel this way. And Rosvin, thank you so much for being patient. And I'm so sorry. She's like mad at him, expecting him to have read, Widows for Dummy.
Yeah.
To know exactly how to fucking deal with her ass.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I would like to have sex. It's been 3 days, which, like, listen, if I go to a foreign country, I'm fucking that man. Okay. We're having sex.
Yeah.
And then she's like, no, I'm on my period. And as a real ass man should say, he said, blood on a man's sword.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the realest shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
Most honorable charge.
Okay, so in this little vignette, he has bought her a bikini, which is, I think, a no-fly zone for a dude. Never buy a girl a bikini.
Well, can we really quickly, because I'm more on you on your side than I'm letting on.
Okay.
There's a bit of cowardice here because I'm afraid of the fury of the 3 women on screen. But I think that you all are just missing how revolting Rosman is. I mean, he's a porn star. I mean, this guy, it's like a bit. Every conversation he has with a woman in public, you're like, did he fuck her? Like this woman that works at this bathing suit shop, like, did you fuck her? Like,
he was there for an hour and a half. He told her the whole life story.
What is
yes, and she loved it. She loved it, and we are happy for that shop owner.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't even give receipts. She just lets people come in because she knows them so well. She's like, pick another one. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
I know you're good for it.
I only mentioned Matt Sharp because you kind of broke down the fourth wall, the producer, the creator of this show. The whole aspect of a video shoot where there might be a girl that he kisses, is that the one little sprinkling of a little Svengali here on production part? Put them in a position. Yes, you agree. What do you think? What do you think this is?
Soulja Boy.
Exactly. Soulja Boy is right.
Is that what you're gonna say? What?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Baby Lisa, I'm in love with you.
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes we have to remember this is like, if we're going to talk about Matt Sharp, this is his Commedia dell'arte cast of characters, and every season we're granted some new faces, but the same archetypes and some of the same themes come around, and definitely this is one of them. Like I feel like I would not listen. Rosman is not my type. He's much too manicured. He gives me like gigolo vibes, which is fine. Like his chest, it's like stubbly because he shaves it, and it's like, it's like whatever. Like God bless, but God bless other people. Great for them, not for me. He's making money in the craziest way possible, the TikTok way, where, I don't know if I want to know if he does that new trend where he pretends to be like a video player doing his like TikTok. Wow, do you guys know about that?
Pinky doll.
What is it?
Yes, I'm a cowgirl. Woo, right it to Africa. Blue, yes, I'm a cowgirl. Woo, right it to Africa.
I still can't even see it, and I'm disgusted by it. People are dressing up as what? They're in a game? It's like a meta?
So what it is that when you're on live on TikTok, people can buy things and give it to you, right? So a rose is like a penny or whatever, right? So people can give you a rose, they can give you different, and depending on like how often you go live and the level you've reached of how many people come and view your live, makes it so that you make more money, like whatever, right? So now Pinky Doll is all on my TikTok list, and all she does is sit there and pretend to be like an AI. So she like moves slightly like a Sims, and then when they give her money, she has a something like a way of being for each sound. So
like a scripted, if it's a heart, it's like, oh, nice to see you, girlfriend. Oh, nice to see you, girlfriend.
Yeah, so every time somebody like gives her a cowboy hat, it comes up on the screen and we can all see it. And she goes, "Woo, riding like a cowboy all the way to whatever." And then if someone gives them a rose, she's like, "Thank you for the rose." And if they give her 10 roses, she'll be like, "Thank you for the rose, thank you for the rose, thank you for the rose," like 10 times.
My God, that's like Blade Runner horror.
Mhm.
But that's how he makes money. Except that his thing is just that he's just hot. But like that, his TikTok live stream is it. Like so. I mean, hey. So it'd be. I think that he just wants to bone. He doesn't want to be a dad. I don't. You know. Nothing is right for her. The bikini, the coffee, nothing is good enough for Amanda.
Yeah.
I feel like it's LOL to me that they don't even know whether they both want to have more kids, much less how they're going to raise kids, much less how life is going to work, where they're going to live. It's like they literally were just like you on the internet and then just got themselves to see each other and just happened to be on camera for the first time and then just like figuring it out from there.
Here's something that came to me this episode, which is these people are talking about intimate things of their lives for, in some cases, years.
Yeah.
Then something as trivial as how many kids do you want doesn't come to fruit or like to the surface until you're face to face. Like, what did you guys talk about for 8 years?
It's the gigolo body. It's such a good point that he looks like a gigolo. He looks like he's from the Showtime reality television show Gigolos.
Gigolo? Is that the one where they actually had sex?
They followed him around and they filmed them doing that stuff. When I was working at a quality control bay testing subtitles for 8 hours a day, I watched that show in many different languages, and Razvan looks like he could be on it. Rubes, any final thoughts on Amanda?
No, she's insufferable.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
by the way, one last note on her.
victory.
The reason I can't stand Amanda is because he's clearly said, I will be friends with your children. And yet she has this dream that he will be the father figure for them. She says it over and over again, and that drives me nuts.
I was going to say that would be the only thing I can say, adding to her genuine insufferability is the fact that not only is she doing all of this, she is doing all of this with 2 young fucking children that have expressed in very sad ways. Where is it? Where is your bed, mommy? Where are you? Don't do this, Amanda. I'm not a mom and I wouldn't judge other people's parenting, but I will here and say it's probably not the best that there is out there.
Well, because to judge other people's parenting, you're going to have to do it live in person. I mean, we wouldn't go up to Amanda and go, hey, well, maybe we would, depending on how bad this goes.
The sister is. We don't even have to. The sister is like, okay, here's the thing. We've been knowing we've been knowing that this was like a passing fancy. You are supposed to get it in, girl, and get on it. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you have kids. Like, thank God. If it wasn't for the sister, I would be like, has no one told Amanda right from wrong, up from down, her whole goddamn life? Like, how did her husband, like, was her husband like some weird daddy figure to her? Like, I feel like
was 20 years old.
Was it a father figure relationship that, I mean, and God bless, he's the dad, and I'm sure it worked. I mean, I'm so sorry that he's passed. I'm not saying
here you like a box in the cabinet.
Oh, the dead daddy box?
Yeah. Or he was reincarnated and then put in a crude box and given to Statler.
Oh, maybe.
It smells.
Usual suspects type twist. Okay, so what happens next?
Oh, okay. Sorry. I think this is where we go with David and Sheila. And David's going to meet her parents. So behind her back, he's hired a translator.
Yeah.
And Sheila tells us because her home has been destroyed by a tsunami, a hurricane, an earthquake, and probably something else horrific. She's very nervous about what the house looks like.
Couple typhoons thrown in there.
Yeah. So
God hates this place. Just this one spot. Just Old Testament kind of shit just raining down.
Now, here's what I want to say about David. I start off the episode by saying how much I loved him. I want to say this, though. Hey, Mr. Big Pockets, you don't got money for a nice fucking hotel, but you'll hire for a translator for a couple days? I mean, come on now. The last place they stayed in that hotel had bed bugs, cockroaches, and
bed bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bugs by beds. No, I mean, he was so he also was just like, I said that it was a travel thing. I said it was a travel budget situation. And so, I mean, we have to he has to be taught some lessons. It's very obvious that was a gentleman who hasn't lived with a woman in a very long time, I don't mean to be whatever, but like someone, he needs to be like, go through an academy. He needs to go through he needs to go through like a academy of like Russian or like Eastern European women that would like women into shape, you know.
That's
And so do
such a
I.
good
So do I.
point, though. Like there might be like there could possibly be a licensure that you need to get if you've been inside by yourself for 20 years. Like you might want to. It's like traffic school or something. Very easy to do. It's online.
Mhm.
You can go to in person if you want.
I think you should go in person just for the nature of what it is.
Yeah. Might be. That's a really good point.
All right, so her name's Amy the translator. She is really cute, and yes, that glow up of where the three of them were sitting, I thought I was watching an episode of Brother Husband.
But do we think he's actually doing that?
No.
No, okay.
No, he's not. David is a simple soul. I say that and not knowing what his like browser history looks like, but he presents himself as like a great guy, and he has hired this interpreter, which I mean, I think and he thinks is a great idea, but who doesn't think it's a great idea is Sheila, girl. She is having the hardest time. She's like, listen, if I were to pick an interpreter, it would be a man, because now she's feeling like, oh my God, this interpreter speaks his language better than I do. And the interpreter's like, oh my God, I learned it in a month. She's been talking to him for 2.5 years. Why hasn't she figured it out? And I was like, wow, interpreter shade. Wow.
I thought the same thing. I was like, good God.
There was some shade there, but also, how about David? God, I gave him so much praise at the top of the episode. How about the pig inappropriate question of the translator? First off, not, where are your credentials? What city did you have to travel from to get here? I hope it wasn't a long way. It's like, hey, you married?
Yeah.
He was just asking a question, like, to open the byways and highways. And she's not doing a good idea. You guys see she's not doing a good job, right? Like she's not interpreting where she should, and she's just like remembering, oh, I should say something now.
I think it's because she's in love with David and she's trying to sabotage the fucking relationship.
I have a rule of how I speak with women that are not my wife. If my wife would cross-check me or punch me in the face based on something I said, then it shouldn't come out of my mouth. I would never ask a woman that I just met, hey, are you married? Like, because that would get me punched by my wife.
But also, you're going to like meet your future in-laws. I think there's like weird, maybe also he's socially awkward. I think that she also got there and was like, what the actual fuck is this? And why did I come here? Because none of us are safe. There's poop and pee. Yeah. No one can hear. And
not a single fucking person can hear.
Imagine if she were not there. Okay. So
yeah. I know I agree with David. I think it was a good idea, because had she not been there, I mean, I don't think we would have gotten a word of dialogue from anybody.
That's true.
Yeah. Not the dad. The dad. What a like. I mean, okay. Does that person drink? That's if there's something. Okay, I need to know.
Fuck yeah.
What his vice is, and I will tell you. We all have them, and I do too. I can shop, and I like smoking weed. But what is that man's vice?
It's booze.
Yeah, fermented cow milk.
Yeah, he's a fucking
5-gallon bucket.
He's a fucking drunk.
Okay.
Also, does he die next week?
Yes. Or the mom dies next week.
I screamed. Oh no, I gotta edit that.
Are you serious though?
Yes.
Someone does.
Yes. You know what? I think it's got to be the mom. He looks like he could live to 150.
You're right. And they had that weird moment with the mom where like say hi mom in that weird attic moment, and you're like, why did that moment happen? We never talked to her again.
She's in the leper room, and they're all
leper room.
Yeah.
She can't hear. Mom, he's like literally Sheila is hollering into her mother's ear. And I'm like, at this point, she needs to learn to read lips, because hollering into her ears.
Screaming. Good night. Have a good night.
Hey, why are you talking to your grandmother that way?
Yeah.
Hey, Rubes. Hey, Rubes.
Yeah.
Rubes. You know what time it is?
No.
It's time for an ad break. See you on the other side.
Oh my God, it's time for a commercial.
Perfect. All right, guys, let's get to Riley and Violet. This has right off jump. Like, this has not been a relationship that has any possibility of standing the test time.
Can I tell you my least favorite person in this entire thing? Tiffany.
Is that the sister?
I think
His best friend. It's like his sister.
Why?
I know, but the way that he makes us think that that person's his sister.
It's their relationship is whatever, but to agree to do this, I mean, she must really love him. It was just a really.
She also enjoyed it quite a bit.
I don't think she likes Violet, but she may have a good head on her shoulders. No, I'm back. My least favorite person is Riley.
Okay, so this definitely he should sign up for that school that you and Chris were talking about.
Yeah.
And the Russians should have their way with him. This was supposed to be, if you remember from the last episode, an amazing romantic dinner, and
he had no intention of it being that. Like he was planning this shit the entire time.
Yes.
It's so bizarre that he got both of them dolled up. He's in white and pink. He's in white and pink.
Yeah, he's wearing a white suit like he's in a wedding in the 90s and like a peach shirt underneath. And he just came for violence. He was prepared and ready for violence.
Yeah.
He was, right? Because I could, what did you expect to get out of this? You know her nature and you guys have been fighting. It's like, it's just going to turn into a nuclear explosion.
Although, we have been talking about Violet being possibly a kingpin human trafficker a la Snakehead, right, Rubes?
Yeah, no, and she is.
Yeah. So I don't think that he can take her one-on-one. He has to get some other Captain Planet kind of ring to defeat her. And sadly, he does. Violet steps down. She walks away kind of in tears. It was really sad.
It was sad. And then he's like, something like, God, what he just said, bye or whatever. Cause she came back. It was, I hated seeing it. I've seen these arguments play out in a restaurant between couples. I may have been part of a relationship that had one of those.
So when you say you've seen this happen, you mean you haven't seen them, but you just were the people.
It's never been this bad, but you see a couple fighting, but oh my God, it was so bad. What are your thoughts on this? Will they be in the same room together again? I mean, because it's 90 Day, of course they will, but in a typical situation, these two people would never see each other in person again. What do you think?
Did he get his, I just want to know this. In the picture they use, both couples, they're wearing the gown that we ordered for him in the Royal Navy blue.
Oh, holy shit. What an eye.
And I just want to know, did he get that yet? Because it's her friends. And there I am.
I normally say I'm a detailed motherfucker, but that's Chris, insane. That goes to you today. That goes to you. I always wonder when I call those the hero shots where they cut to them and they remind us who they are. I always wonder when those are filmed.
Me too, because sometimes they're like, okay, now be mad at each other.
Right. And it's then they're like indicative of the current state of their relationship.
Yeah. And then they're like, okay, you're not mad at each other, but you're a little frustrated.
Next time, look at Misha's. If you please, now that you know exactly what I'm talking about, please look at Misha's, because hers this episode, when she is mad at Nicola, and believe me, you obviously see it, it's later on in the day, and she also is enjoying whatever vice that she's enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Let me just, for you guys to remember exactly what this grown-ass man said to this woman, which was, beat it. And she's like, you treat me this way. And he's like, bye, bye, the whole time. And listen, at that point, he had sealed his deal. If Violet goes back to him in any sense, something is up with her, or she's madly in love with him, because his behavior was so crazy.
The only reason why she may go back to him is because of the roster. Ruby, can you please tell everybody about the roster? I'm just one of many, so she can have him back.
We have this working theory that Violet, and we kind of saw when he was like, who's that shirtless man on your phone? And she was like, it's my friend. I'm setting him up with my other friend. We think that she just does to Riley what she's doing to Riley to like 53 men at the same time. And that's why she has so many pearls, why she's like, I don't need your fucking pearls. So I think it's probably pretty jarring to have a very large, angry man scream at you and say, beat it, and condescend in a restaurant. But I also think she walked right out of there and she got her little thumbs click, click, clacking away, and she had new pearls by the end of the night.
I
Maybe.
like got dick that night.
100%.
Sorry. So okay. So I think sorry I'm champing at the bit, but I really want to shit on Nicola tonight.
Okay. And actually, we're running out of time too. Okay, so why don't we bounce to stats and Dempsey?
Oh,
The
yeah,
next
that's
morning,
right.
we learned that they've had a first kiss. It was good. They practiced a lot more, and then they sat on each other's faces.
Yeah. She is talking about her ass in like a Shakespearean kind of way. I mean, she's very, very impressed, and it's driven her to poetry.
Where does the vegan come into this?
Her
Oh.
cum tastes good.
Yes, pineapple. Like you know, here's the thing. For like the last 10 years, we would get this like pineapple makes your taste good.
Yeah.
Like I, for some reason, you heard it like in different reality shows, and it'd be like a weird thing. And so,
There's a song by Rick. God, who's that hip hop guy? That
Rick Ross.
Rick Ross. He's got a song, pineapple the flavor makes the pussy, but whatever. It's in a.
And it might. I don't know. I have no conclusive evidence either way.
It's just you just have a ton of oatmeal and a ton of kale, and then your cum tastes amazing. No, I just the only thing about that scene was I was a little, I don't know. It's very different when the dynamics are two women and of the same stature, but I don't know. It was a little odd that Dempsey had caved. Maybe I'm misreading it, and Dempsey was just trying to be coy to the cameras, but it did feel like she was pretty convicted that she didn't want to do it. And then that's just, full court press. So
I don't think
she's not as respectful as Rosman.
Right. And this was the next morning, and then they head out to the farm, and then we bounce to Misha and Nicola.
All right. So the biggest, and let us know if you agree with this, but the biggest indicator of Nicola's serial killer like scariness is his treatment and lack of concern for cats. What we saw on display tonight with a grown man not just being not impressed or not moved at all by the sight of a stray kitten, but pissed off that it was around. And in a genuine way, he was getting triggered and short fused. This man scares the shit out of me. I hope this is not a Rosman Amanda situation. I hope everybody's on the same side here, because I can't fucking stand him.
I am on his side. Stray cats are disgusting, and like regular cats are disgusting. Like any cat is gross. Now, she was doing too much. She was doing too much in public with these damn stray cats, and like no one in Jerusalem or wherever they are in Israel, nobody picks up the cats but her. And so he thinks it's weird, and so do I.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Rubes, can you please back me up here, because I feel attacked?
I don't want to make enemies with my new friends, and we just bonded over the Rosman thing. I also, okay, here's what I will say. But I think it's his general, like, it was like in the beginning when she was talking about her cat, and her cat sleeps with her and she loves her cat. And he was like, ugh, Misha, it's not the baby. It's not sleeping in the bed. Like, he's going to fucking kill her cat if she tries to sleep with her cat once he comes to America.
Yeah.
He would drown that kitten if he could. Dylan and I are also, I don't know. I don't know. I would pick that cat up, put it in my bag, try to take it home.
Yeah.
And I don't like cats, to be fair, though.
What I'd say to Nicola is, aren't we all God's creatures, Nicola? Are we all God's creatures?
Yeah.
Look, Catholics are dog people, is what he would say. No, I don't know. But I thought that cat was so cute, but I am a dog person. But that kitty was so cute. But this is the thing, and this is what I will say this.
Yeah.
Misha has heard about Nicola's friend. She was 100% more into the cat than meeting this one for the first time. So like she was like, kitty in this corner, whatever, kitty corner, ha ha ha. And meanwhile, he's like, and my friend, and she's like, kitty, and he's like, just to be like, Misha, my friend, remember like my important best friend, that the only one that knows about you, by the way, like remember the one that knows about you? And she's like, oh, okay. She brings him over like the cat. She's like, cat. She's like, look, sorry, I have to like bend back. I have to like put my boobies up. I have to like bend back and put my boobies up because the cat is crawling on my bent backpack and boobies. Hope you're okay with it. Everyone's chill with it. And like, no, and so like having said all of that, I think that this person, Nicola, is the all in the realm of someone who is, you know, like an incredibly, you know, either like autistic or asexual and or like a narcissist. And I'm not a doctor, but just those are a bunch of buzzwords, and find the one in the middle that like, we know, speaks to you, because it's just like, it doesn't feel like he's in touch with reality. He's very controlling over what he thinks he should be. Like, he doesn't know anything about anything and no one's ever touched him. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he has no awareness or even like the gall to understand that he should have a humbleness because he's never been touched, like, that's crazy to me. But he doesn't. He seems to walk this world like having no shame about it. Like, well, no, I just haven't been touched. I know, you know, don't know what this feels like, you know, like, I don't know. And you know, it just, God, you have such a, you think you know your shit
Here's another thing that
for having such a dry
picked up over a
D.
Zoom or a Skype call is how controlling this asshole is. If you notice, he started like, this is what you do, how you like train a 4-year-old. Okay, you can play with the toy, but for only 5 minutes. Everything is like compartmentalized, or there's a timer on it for things for how long he'll tolerate.
Misha, dancing is sin, Misha. 5 minutes.
5 minutes. It's like he's an emotionally inadequate or emotionally immature douchebag. But either way, I hope she gets a lot of Instagram followers out of this and a job doing the weather at a nice local affiliate.
I think she's going for Fox and Friends.
Oh,
I think she's going for
she should get it. She should get a fucking rich ass conservative American dude, and that is exactly who she should be with. She's hot. She should be a great wife, but this person is fucking nuts, and his church is ugly, and it doesn't have a good view.
Do you guys mind? Oh, sorry. Sorry, Mom.
No, it doesn't. And listen, I'm from Minneapolis. I'm not from Minneapolis. I currently live in Minneapolis, and she lives maybe 20 minutes north of me, maybe 15 minutes. And yeah, she can absolutely do better. He is not worthy of her time and attention. She's a professional boss bitch, and we are here in support of her. And the fact that her filler and everything she's got going on in her face is not the absolute worst. It's just like just right. And so we're rooting for her. We're rooting for her as a woman in 2023. And I don't think that he's a douchebag. I just think that he has been raised in a society where he's been waiting for his perfect wife or whatever woman. And she comes there with all of her complex thoughts and ideas. Like, in his culture, you just don't say it.
Yeah.
When you don't want to fight.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, we need to talk it through. And he's like, no, in my culture, the men go with the men and the women go with the women. So the only time that we really need to fucking talk to each other is sex. And even then, no talking.
Yeah.
So like, he's fully prepared to fish all day and have her do whatever it is that she does. He doesn't like her. He doesn't like her fucking makeup. He doesn't like the way that she talks. Like, he doesn't like anything about her Western new aged way of being, besides, you know, probably her money in the home that he could possibly live in.
Do you mind if we jump back to the hotel after the long day where we didn't really get to know friend Wasim and his lovely wife, who was also a stunner. So
no, May. She's like, May. Wait, I suppose a side note is, remember how May's husband, I don't even know what May's husband's name is, but May's husband's like, oh, I've talked a lot about her to you or whatever. I want to be like, well, what have you said? And now May, what do you think of her? And like, I wanted May and Nisha to go off. I was like, can you guys go off and have a conversation? This needed to be 100% longer than it. I was like, I was actually surprised that like, she didn't be like, I see you. May, I see you. You know what? Me and you. Let's get a kitty. Let's get a kitty. Let's have some kitty talk, honey. Let's get
Right.
you know.
Minnesota, fuck it.
But it is true though that like when we get back to the hotel, she does that thing again where she's like, this is what I think is going on, and this is what I need you to hear about my side of things. And he is like, what are you doing right now? And she's like, well, no, I'm talking to you about why we're fighting. And he's like, yeah, why are you doing that? Stop talking. He is not a fan of, I'm not saying he's not a fan of women, but it is just where he's from. It's just, this stuff doesn't happen.
But he also does something where, you know how, I'm not sure if you guys are in a relationship, but you start creating this little list that, oh, when this person really pisses me off, I have this list in the back of my head that I've been creating. He unloads on her about her makeup. How she's left the hotel room a complete mess. And he could, to quote him, said he could complain about her for 10 hours.
He's been Jesus Christ. No, I've been unpersecuted. The 15 stages of the cross. I've been through it. No, someone slashed my side. I've been bleeding. No, he has been on a cross, honey, for 3 days, dehydrating himself, being with her, and not saying one word. Honey, that's him. Just he's like he thinks he's Razvan. I'm just kidding. Ha ha ha. But like I really, he's in denial of everything. He doesn't even think that he smells.
No.
Oh, that's
Oh
true.
my gosh, that's right. She tells him stinky and he doesn't get it.
He's been sweating. We see the sweat stains. He doesn't shower.
She literally at one point says, "Don't lift up your arms." And she's right. He shouldn't, because it's disgusting. And he is not. She's too. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Pat.
Oh, I was going to say, if you don't mind, only because we're pushing up against in our studio, we share it with the podcast for crying out loud, and we stretched a little.
Yeah, it's
hard,
really
totally
rude for them to come and say like we were supposed to record now. I think it's rude of them.
Oh, that's okay.
Because we're having a really fun time.
We are having an absolutely fun time. All right, so let's just bang through the last 3 couples. So I can consider them a couple now, or a throuple. David, Sheila, and Emmy, they take a cab to Sheila's place to meet Simplicio.
Simplicico.
Yes.
Simplicico?
Yeah.
Of
That's
course.
What was this?
That was her dad's name.
Oh, Simplicico. Oh,
yeah, it's like an X-Man or something with no teeth. I don't know what his superpower is.
Yeah, there's a joke about how if you're lucky enough, one of your parents will die of old age, and then the other one will just not die. They won't ever die. And that's what's going to happen with Simplicico and the late Sheila's mom.
Oh, had her name too. That was a cool
This
name.
guy is pickled.
Anything on this, guys? It just felt bad. He felt really bad about the situation. Everything was really awkward. Maybe it was a good idea to actually bring a translator there. As Dylan pointed out, no one would have anything to say to one another.
That's it.
Waz been taken out. Okay, Waz the pickled. I don't think it's a pickle. Waz no longer with us. I couldn't sleep on the floor. I feel bad. I wouldn't be able to sleep all night.
I think the overriding thing here is just how sweet he is.
Yeah.
He's so like attuned to what she is not saying out loud, and I just thought it was beautiful. He's still a fucking perv, but sweet guy. Very sweet guy.
Wait, that is so good. He is attuned. He knows that she likes him. He knows that she's not in it for the money. Even like that's first, like he knows it. There is the unspoken. My God,
Yeah.
it is beautiful.
It's a stunningly beautiful relationship. It's almost too good to be on this show.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. Something is weird about it.
Okay, I think we get one more vignette with Dempsey and Stats, and they head over to that farm, and I don't think Stats is impressed at all.
Yeah, no, I Stats is. What is Stats doing?
Well, she has IBS and there's no plumbing. She's shitting her.
I think Stats
Literally
has run through. Is she in Austin?
Texas.
Irving, Texas.
Okay,
Irving,
she's run through Irving. And I just want her, maybe she's too worried about the crosstown talk or something, go to Austin and destroy that place. But she's going too far to get pussy. Irving is no more. She just needs to stay local because this is very elaborate. She's not going to be at this farmhouse.
Yeah. And no matter how fat Dempsey's ass is. And I wanted to see more of Dempsey's ass. Like I still wanted, they showed us a little bit of like a little hanging out of a short, but we all have a little hanging out of a short. I need a profile picture of it to really understand what's happening with that ass.
Yeah. Pat's got a juicy fucking ass.
Oh, I have no ass. My wife says I don't have an ass.
I just feel like
you can show us if you want.
Yeah, I mean, a payoff would be nice. I just wish that Dempsey had spent a little more time with the plumbing and a little less time like buying cute pillows, even though the pillows look cute and crocheted.
Also, getting to that bedroom when she was like, "Oh, sorry, the bed's not made up." No, Dempsey, the bed isn't not made. The bed has never been made. The bed has like an unwrapped IKEA. Like the bed sheets still smell like plastic because they're so. But I thought it was very cool. So
it smells like chemicals. All right, that's it for us. I wish we could have ended it on a better joke, but I can't thank you guys enough for joining us. Jump in their iTunes ratings and reviews immediately. Leave 5 stars. Say Bad TV sent you, and follow Ruby on TikTok at Papaya Dog Girl.
Sorry. Do you guys want to do crossover plugs at the tail end, or do we want to just keep it to the plug at the front?
We'll do cross.
Okay. Guys, Docu Sweeties, thank you so much for doing this with us. Where can they find you guys to listen to your podcast?
Oh, awesome. We are on, all of the Apple, Spotify situations. We are at Docu Sweeties. Of course, we are also on social media. If you want to do that, at Docu Sweeties on Instagram, at Docu Sweeties on TikTok, at Docu Sweeties1 on Twitter. We have a Patreon wall.
Yeah, if you want to do our Patreon, it's at patreon.com/DocuSweeties. That's DOCUSWEETIES. That's a lot. But it's Sweeties,
It's
like the candy.
name. I love that name.
And Little Baddies, they cover life at or love during lockup right now. They're doing episodes of The Curious Case of Natalie Grace. I think you guys are on episode 4 right now, where it starts to turn. Is it not this little Chucky little person that's ruining this family's life?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was that person I said I'd kick down the stairs, but it actually wasn't an old prostitute who was trying to kill them.
She could, in fact, be probably a 12-year-old. And they're covering that and doing amazing recaps of those episodes. And then you guys also cover, of course, 90 Day Fiance, The Other Way, and Before the 90 Day. And it's great recaps. We co-sign on these guys. They're very funny, as you just heard, obviously.
Thank you so much.
Ruby, any final plugs for you?
This was fantastic. You guys are wonderful, also very much nicer, and I really thought that was very refreshing to have such a nice balance and people to hate Amanda with. So I had a beautiful time.
But where do they follow you, Ruby?
They don't.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Listen to both pods. Support everybody. We love you. I'm Gay. Have a great rest of your week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
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 Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
Really fun, guys. So how's it going to work? We're just going to send the files.
I'll transfer you this recording and the audio tonight via WeTransfer to the same email that I sent this link to, if that's cool.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, great.
So why did you just close with "we're gay" or "I'm gay"?
I was in a panic.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Chris. I genuinely was wondering if.
No, it's a great question.
I thought you were gay. Now I thought I had. Okay.
I went to a business question, which is, I'm so sorry. So when we do it, should we add your socials then to ours? We'll say your socials, obviously. We were going to do it anyway, but how we just did it to you, I wish.
Don't worry about doing it at the end. Just record a whatever topper you guys want to do. That
we hung out with the guys and girl from Bad TV.
Yeah.
Okay. That TV. Okay.
Bad TV. Yep, that's us.
Great, but it's not another Below Deck podcast.
Sorry, that's how we were communicating from you. I handle that account. Dylan handles the Bad TV, and sometimes I'm cross-reaching.
That's our Below Deck feed. We're all good on that one. We're trying to promote this one more. So yeah, don't worry about that.
Okay, the folks from Bad TV.
Yep,
you got it.
I'm writing that down. Great.
Thank you so much. So funny.
That was really fun. Thank you so much.
And it's tough to do it with five.
I thought we did great. Yeah. I thought we did great because that is really fucking tough.
Can you tell me the Bad TV information just real quick?
Yeah, it is Bad TV everywhere you get your podcasts, and we are Bad TV Podcast on socials.
Okay.
Thanks.
Great.
All right, why not wait a year to do this again? Let's why don't we plan on doing something in the next month or two if you guys are cool to do it?
Yeah, are you guys doing UK?
Is UK Temptation Island? Which UK?
Oh, I'm sorry. UK 90 Day Fiance.
No. Oh my God.
Oh.
Another spinoff on these fucking things.
Yeah. UK is good because it is not as produced as it is in the US. So it's a little bit more honest. It's the episode, it's seasons 1, 2, and 3, I think, a little bit more. Okay, so are you guys doing Toe? The Other Way?
Oh, we're not. Because we have the 2 shows, we do 2 shows for Bad TV a week for free, 2 shows for another Below Deck per week, and then we do 3 shows behind a paywall.
We'll find something to do. We can do Below Deck. We'll just chat and figure it out.
We would love to do Rock of Love if you need that. If you want to hop on that, I would love to hop on Rock of Love, and then you can just hop on whatever you want of us, couples retreats coming up or love after,
Amazing. Yeah, we'll be done with Flavor Flav in a couple weeks, and then we'll start Rock of Love. So let's do that.
Would you guys do Rock of Love season 2 with us?
Absolutely.
Every episode.
We could either break it up that way, or we could do every other one, or do it every episode. Yeah,
I absolutely fucking would. I love that shit.
Oh
yeah.
It's
amazing.
No, we were there. We were there.
I was Heather.
Yeah.
I
We
was
watched-
there. No, I was Frenchie.
We were
Yeah, I
behind
look different
scenes.
now.
I was
Yeah.
a PA. No, yeah, we were there. We loved every single moment of it
Just-
too when it was happening.
Just so you know, we're gonna call you guys out on this. When we talk, we don't talk out of our asses. If you guys want to do it, we're down to do that. We think that
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. See you
Great.
guys in the DMs.
All right. Bye. Thank you.
have a lot of
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
Love you.
Bye. Love you.